Wow, you guys, Caroline Leavitt just went on live TV and destroyed this reporter for trying to backstab her with such an insult of a question. You guys gotta check this video out.
I'm sorry, have you ever paid a tariff? Because I have.
That's
They
it.
don't get charged on foreign companies, they get charged on the importers.
And ultimately, when we have fair and balanced trade, which the American people have not seen in decades, as I said at the beginning, revenues will stay here, wages will go up, and our country will be made wealthy again. And I think it's insulting that you are trying to test my knowledge of economics and the decisions that this president has made. I'm now regret giving a question to the Associated Press.
And that is an Associated Press reporter challenging White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt this week on the president's tariff policy in what has become a regular pushback from AP, which is also, by the way, refusing to call the Gulf of America by its newly changed name. Joining me now is the woman herself in the Sunday Morning Futures exclusive, White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt. Karoline, thanks so much for joining us.
It's great to see you, Maria. Thanks for having me.
How would you characterize the quote-unquote resist and the challenges from, I guess, AP has been pushing back on your press conferences pretty often?
Sure. Well, first of all, with that individual reporter from the Associated Press who tried to test me on tariffs, he clearly fails to see President Trump's long-term economic strategy, which is to bring in so much revenue, so much wealth into our country through tariffs that we can give larger tax cuts to the American people to put more money back into their pockets. He clearly didn't understand that very simple idea. But as for the greater mainstream media's coverage, I think that example proves that they are continue to double down on their failing ways. They focus on sensationalism, on trying to get a viral moment rather than asking tough questions with honest integrity and journalistic curiosity, wanting to know the answers. They want to make a name for themselves. And that's why the trust in the mainstream media has fallen to record lows. And that's why at the White House, we are very proud of the changes that
I'm sorry to pause at such a pivotal moment, but we've been saying this for a really long time, man. Most of these reporters go up there and they're just looking for a gotcha moment and trying to make a name for themselves. There was once an interview I seen where Caitlin Collins was in there. She asked like repeatedly 10 questions, and there's a bunch of other journalists in there, reporters, whatever you want to call them, that had millions and millions of questions. But she just wanted to keep spamming and spamming to get her question first so she could just be the next headline for the next day. And they're just looking for something to slip up so they can have 1 to 2 months of just negative Trump media. That's all they really care about, man. But Trump has such a great team around him, and they're so transparent about everything they're working on. They know the answers, and if they don't know the answers, they're not going to just lie like someone we know. They're going to tell you they don't know the answers, but we're working for it. And if we don't have the answers, we're going to have the answers by, April 2nd, April 5th. They give dates out. But at least we know something's to come, or at least we know what's going on. Because I don't know about you, but I love this new America. I love that I get to know what's going on. I love that I get to know my money was over here, in what was it, Sri Lanka or something like that, man. It's just the transparency is what I love about this. And if you agree with that, please let me know down low in the comments. Let's keep going, man.
we have made to the briefing room and also to the press coverage of this president, welcoming in independent voices and new media who truly care about the truth, honesty, and accuracy.
Yeah, but it's more than AP. It's basically the Washington press in terms of resisting President Trump. You also have these judges who are resisting. We're going to talk about this most recent federal judge's move with Jim Jordan coming up. But what do you want to say about the general resistance to this president's policies that you are witness to?
President Trump is not shy of resistance. He has been facing more resistance than anyone who has ever run for office in American history. And the mainstream media is part of that. But also, as you mentioned, we have judges in our judicial branch who are acting as activists, not real arbiters of the law. And there has been 15 injunctions in 1 month of President Trump's agenda. The Biden White House only faced 13 injunctions in the entirety of his presidency. And so clearly, there are left-wing activists who sit behind a bench in a courthouse who don't like this president and his policies. But the fact is, everything President Trump is doing is within his executive authority to do it. He is acting within the bounds of the law. All of his actions are constitutional, and our White House and the entire administration are prepared to fight back against this resistance. Don't bet against President Trump. I think his epic return to the Oval Office proves that he is going to win against the weaponization of our justice system.
Yeah.
Really quick, guys. Caroline Leavitt, man, she's only 27 years old, and she's just fierce. She's very fierce. She's very energetic. She's just awesome. She's a perfect person for the job, man. And I've been telling people this. You know, you guys been telling me this. If you agree, just let me know. I'm ready to have some conversations. Let's keep going, guys.
Let's get to some of the president's wins. And of course, you have
Please,
to
finally.
note the border as a major win. The daily average of migrants crossing the border illegally and escaping into the interior of the country has plummeted to just 77 compared to an average of over 1,800 gotaways under Biden's fiscal year 2023. That's a decline of 96% of those gotaways from record highs. The number of illegal Chinese crossings, the Chinese crossers also plummeting, with just 130 Chinese migrants apprehended by Border Patrol last month. That compares to over 3,500 the year earlier under Biden. What do you want to say about the border crackdown? And here, too, the pressure and the pushback that the president is getting from some of these judges.
In just 1 month, President Trump has used his executive authority to secure our southern border. It proves that everybody who claimed we needed a border bill was wrong. We just needed a new president who actually cared about securing our homeland and enforcing our immigration laws. You mentioned daily gotaways, 77. That's an astronomical decrease from the previous administration. There's been a 99% decrease of illegal migrants crossing through the Darien Gap. If you talk to Border Patrol agents and ICE agents, they will tell you that camaraderie in these agencies is at an all-time high because they are actually being allowed to do their jobs. In breaking news this morning, Maria, the president signed a proclamation invoking the Alien Enemies Act against Tren de Aragua members who have invaded our country. These are the most violent, heinous criminal monsters you could ever imagine. They have taken the lives of innocent American women like Jocelyn Nungre and Laken Riley, and the president invoked this authority to deport nearly 300 of them who are now in El Salvador, where they will be behind bars where they belong rather than roaming freely in American communities. This is a massive win for the American public, and it is going to save lives.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. Caroline Leavitt, she's just a straightforward speaker. Sorry, she's a straightforward speaker. She knows what her next sentence is gonna be all the time. I'm sorry, such a word fumble there, but answer me this down low in the comments. Do you think KJP would have had an answer there in that briefing room? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what you react to. We're out.